Yeah, we back. Yeah, we back. Now, today we got a funny video. Today we're going to be talking about South Africa, right? Now, we know it doesn't apply to the entire population, but we do know there is a segment of South African society that is heavily xenophobic, especially towards African nationals, right? Towards African foreign nationals, quote unquote. Especially towards the Nigerian family. And a lot of these individuals try to justify the xenophobia by saying that the Nigerians are bringing crime, the Nigerians are bringing disorder, the Nigerians are destroying South Africa. But in today's video, we got a funny story to talk about. So in South Africa, we have these 4 police officers, right? One of them is a white South African, and the other 3 are black South Africans. Now, I'm going to put their identity on the screen because in this video, we got to identify what ethnic group these brothers come from. Yo, where these brothers from, man? If y'all know who these brothers are, we got to talk about that. But today we're going to be talking about especially that white South African. Now, my brothers in South Africa, listen, I understand some of y'all xenophobic, some of y'all don't rock with the Nigerians, but we got to have some etiquette. We got to have some, we got to have some decency. We cannot be teaming up with the white South African to rob our Nigerian brothers. You got to relax, man. You got to relax. Y'all getting out of control with this, man. Y'all getting out of control with the xenophobia, man. Now we have white South African police collaborating with black South African police to rob prosperous African men. This is out of control. This is out of control. Now I'm going to jump straight into the footage and I'm going to come back with my commentary. Let's go.
Police have arrested 4 of their own after a house robbery at an upmarket seaside residence in Llandudno in Hout.
Police say the incident took place on the 14th of September during the early hours of the morning at the premises of a foreign national.
It is believed that jewellery worth 20 million rand was stolen from the house.
Several police officers were involved, with 4 being arrested so far.
Here's Aisha Ismail, who reports on the court appearance of the 4 officers.
Police officers Yakwebus Grinewald, Mtutuzeli Mafanya, Bradley Myrna and Batandwa Soldati appeared briefly in the Wynberg Magistrates Court. It's alleged the officers went to the house of a well-known Nigerian musician and businessman, pretending to be looking for another foreign national. The owner of the house later registered a case of house robbery and the loss of valuables, including Rolex watches, rings and other items. The officers were linked to the crime scene via fingerprints.
Now, listen, man, I got to talk to my black South African brothers, man. I got to talk to y'all. I got love for y'all, man. Regardless, I'll be cracking my jokes, but it's all family, man. I got love for y'all boys. But we got to have real conversation today, man. We got to have real conversation. Now, I don't agree with the xenophobia. I don't agree with it at all, right? But I understand you want to protect your borders. I respect that, right? Nothing wrong with wanting to secure your borders, man. But at the very least, I understand sometimes brothers can fight, and that's fine. But we got to have at least some level of class, some level of etiquette to never collaborate with the European settlers, at the very least, man. We should never collaborate with those who are true adversaries. As brothers, we can bump heads, we could banter, but one line we should never cross is don't collaborate with the European settlers against another black African man. Come on, man. We got to have some etiquette and class out here, man. But anyways, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This person said, meet Jacobus Groenewald, a South African police officer arrested for stealing jewelry worth 20 million, I believe, South African rand from the home of a Nigerian businessman in South Africa. Now, I believe 20 million South African currency would be about a little over $1 million USD, right? So they tried to rob a black man worth of $1 million worth of jewelry. Now, this story is so ironic because we've heard it 1,000 times from the xenophobic South Africans. Oh, it's the Nigerians bringing the crime and the corruption to the country. But in this situation, you have South Africans who are committing, not even regular South Africans, the South African police department targeting a Nigerian simply because I believe that due to the climate of xenophobia that is being cultivated inside the country. Now, let's continue. This person said at the top, the investors. Nah, because you know how sometimes the xenophobic South Africans, they try to defend the white South Africans by saying that these men are the investors. They contribute to the economy. They provide jobs, right? They're the investors, right? Now we got the so-called investors engaged in criminality trying to rob a Nigerian. Now, please tell me, what kind of investment is this? Now, the person at the bottom responded and they said this: the investors are busy stealing money from the Africans to take it back to the Netherlands. My goodness. Now, listen, man, this is why we got to study history, man, because whether it was the British, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, whenever these outsiders came into the continent, trying to take the land, trying to take the minerals and the resources, They did not come by themselves. They always find a few African men. They always find a few men from the native population who are willing to collaborate with them, right? Who promised them a piece of the pie, right? These collaborators thought, oh yeah, we're going to work with the Europeans. We're going to get rich off the backs of our fellow black man, right? But in the end, what happened? The European ran off with everything. The land, the gold, the diamonds. And what happened to the brothers who helped them? They either got eliminated or they were left with nothing. Or in the third scenario, the person you tried to rob, the person you tried to attack, they end up coming out on top and all of y'all get eliminated, right? I believe something like that happened during the military engagement between the British and the Ashanti in the 1820s, right? I believe you had some local black men on the ground that collaborated with the British to attack the Ashanti. And guess what? The Ashanti obliterated the British and then they killed those black men that was collaborating with them. I believe that was on January 21st, 1824. So you would think by now we would learn from history, man. We can't be making come on, man. We got to have some etiquette in class out here, man. Come on, man. Because when I look at this scenario, it's no different from back in the day, right? Here you got a European settler, a European invader, right? And then you got some local black men from the native population collaborating to attack a prosperous African man, right? And in this case, instead of attacking him for his land or attacking him for his minerals, you attacking him for the diamonds and the Rolex watches. We've seen this story before, man. The European invaders coming in, finding some willing collaborators and trying to attack a black man minding his business. Man, we got to relax, man. We got to relax. And you know the Nigerian brother was not engaged in any type of criminality because they arrested the corrupt policemen. They arrested the corrupt cops. They didn't arrest the Nigerian, right? The Nigerian wasn't engaged in nothing under the table because they did not arrest him, right? They defended his rights. So, you know, you can't try to say the Nigerian was engaged in any type of crime or any type of criminality, right? Because it was the police they arrested, not the Nigerian national. Now let's continue. This person said they've been stealing since 1652. The land thieves. Yeah, man. Listen, you guys cannot be collaborating with the land thieves to rob a Nigerian, man. You gotta have some respect for yourself. This person said the top criminals in South Africa. That's a fact. That's a fact. This person said, you wicked criminal, return the jewelry to our Nigerian brother. Hey, man, that's a fact. Return the jewelry to our Nigerian family, bro. Cause real talk, it's getting out of control, man. We have the police engaging in the same nonsensical behavior. Listen, we can argue on social media. We can talk shit on social media. We have the luxury of doing that, right? But the police cannot afford to engage in the same ignorance and xenophobia that we see on the internet, man. Your job is to be professional, protect and serve with dignity and respect for all citizens of the territory. You are here to uphold the law, right? You cannot be acting like a common street criminal, robbing innocent people. And when it comes to these guys, hey, anybody from South Africa, you got to tell me, who is these guys, man? Where they from, bro? What ethnic group they from? What do they look like? We got to understand what's going on, man. Who are these dudes? Where they from, man? Where are they from? What do they look like? Get into the comment section. Let me know what's going on in South Africa, man. What is going on in South Africa? We robbing wealthy Nigerian businessmen. What's going on, man? They said the guy was a musician or something like that. We cannot be robbing our prosperous brothers, man. Come on, man. We gotta have some self-respect out here. You collaborating with the white man to rob the prosperous black man. We gotta have some level of self-respect. This person said, where does the Nigerian get the gold? Now listen, man. One thing we're not about to do is automatically see a black man enjoying wealth and prosperity and just assume that he's engaged in criminality. We're not about to do that, man, because y'all don't do it for the European settler. If you ain't doing that for the white man, please do not do that to the black man. I'm telling you right now. Because one thing's for sure, especially in a xenophobic nation like South Africa, if that Nigerian foreign national was engaged in any type of criminality, they would have brought him into custody. But instead, the police actually defended his rights and arrested their fellow policemen who were the scoundrels who tried to rob him. So that goes to show everything you need to know. This man was not engaged in a life of crime. We got to let go of some of those stereotypes, man. When you see a black man enjoying wealth and prosperity, you assume that he's up to some shady business practices. But he could have got that money through his intelligence, through his schooling, through his hard work, through his talents, through his natural gifts, his determination. You don't know. Apparently, this Nigerian was a musician. So we got to have some respect for our brothers, man. You know, you can't be running up in the black man's house, you know, side by side, tag teaming with the white man to rob me of my Rolex watches and my diamonds and necklaces. Bro, god damn, have you no shame? You got to have some shame, bro. You got to have some respect for yourself, man. Damn. This person said, if he stole the jewelry, then nail him. But what does the Joloff do to accumulate 20 million rands worth of jewelry and keep it in his home? Listen, man, it don't matter. Listen, it don't matter what he do. He was not brought into custody for any type of crime. He was a victim of a crime. One thing we're not about to do is victim blame our brothers, man. That man, he got rich off his talents and his gifts. Apparently, he's a musician. If he wants to have $1 million worth of jewelry in his house, he's allowed to do that. And it's not your right. You have no right to rob him of his jewelry. You have no right to rob him of his shit. And I'm telling you, man, the whole entire optics of this situation just throws me off, man. It reminds me of the European settlers coming to Africa, seeing the land, the minerals, the wealth, the black man in all his glory thriving on his own. And then what happened? They start thinking, I need to take what this man has. I got to take his shit. Now, fast forward to today, we got this white South African cop, this corrupt cop, right? Obviously a descendant of the European settlers. He sees a prosperous black man, you know, a Nigerian brother living in South Africa, you know, enjoying his wealth and success. And just like his forefathers from centuries ago, his first instinct is to rob the black man. We've seen this story before, man. You know, a black man minding his business, enjoying the fruits of his labor. Then here comes the outsider, you know, trying to take what belongs to him, man. It's crazy, you know, alongside some collaborators as well. Shameful, 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 shameful. God damn. This person said, instead of bashing a criminal, they're asking about the Nigerian man's business. Oh, brother. Yeah, man, listen, we not about to let the white South African escape out the back door, man. Nah, we gonna give him accountability, right? If this was a black immigrant, y'all would have been going crazy, right? Now it's the European settler, it's the Dutch settler. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. But like I said, man, get into the comment section. What ethnic group are these brothers from, man? Where they from, bro? What do they look like? If you're from South Africa, let me know, bro. Who are these? What do these brothers look like, man? We gotta know. We gotta know what ethnic group is producing the collaborators, man. Oh, man. Anyway, it's your boy Neferkari, that's Celine, back in the Billy. Yes, indeed. Cash App in the description. Support the channel, man. Support the album. Peace.
No. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word and it's bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I'm eating no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news. Back in my city, they loving me. Standing alone, I'm 100 deep. Enemy plotting and still in reach. They try to make sure that we underneath. Trying to make sure that we never make it. Coming for power, come get acquainted. Coming for everything that I wanted. Feeling like Drake, but I really wrote it. Feeling like Kendrick, I'm checking names. Gotta roll up while I go insane. Got so much stress, I been gained weight. Stuffing these racks in this Louis case. One thing for certain, I'm about to check. Keep it 100 and nothing less. Stick with the family since day one. Had to stay down till my day come. Had to stay down, but I'm never patient. Hop on the mic and I'm motivated. Hop on the mic and I drop a classic. Haters can't see me, they copping glasses. Back in the studio making magic. Got a new tape and it's in production. Back on my business, I got a budget. Staying low key when I'm out in public. Feel like I'm 75. Know that your team be full of them traders. You know that can never be mine. I'm grabbing a thought when I drive. I'm back in my zone and we on. She said that she ready to come be my wife. Yeah, hoping I don't do her wrong. I gave her my word and it's bond. I'm whipping the best like a lamb. I'm eating no chicken and lamb. Accustomed to call me the man. I never be up on the gram. I'm keeping that way undercover. She want me to tell her I love her. I told her I'm breaking the rules. I told her we making the news. Making the news. Making the news. Breaking the rules. Yeah. Know that we making the news. Yeah.